Introduction. Theong is a friend of Yoongi. JK's elder brother. Both Tae and Yoongi are the owner of company. They are also good friends. JK used to study in Paris. Today he is coming back. Author. Both taekook have something in between them, but they are not confessing it yet. Seems like they need help. In Yoongi's apartment, the sound of water echoed softly in the luxurious apartment of Yoongi had insisted Theong use while they worked late on their company's merged project. Steam curled from the bathroom door as Theong ran a hand through his wet hair. Towel slung loosely around his lips. He didn't expect anyone home. Yoongi had gone to pick someone from the airport, but Theong didn't think much of it, except the moment he stepped into the hallway. The door clicked open. Jungkook stepping in with the suitcase, looking around. Wait. The two locked eyes. Jungkook froze. He remembered Theong, his brother's best friend, tall, broad shoulders, deep eyes that seemed to smile without even trying. Back then, Theong had been just as handsome, but now he was standing there dripping wet, skin still glistening from the shower. Theong, raising a brow, smiled, tugging his lips. Well, Paris sent you back, looking all grown up, Jungkook. Jungkook clearing his throat, forcing himself to look away. Yeah, hi, Theong. Didn't know you were here. Theong stepping forward casually, and I didn't know you'd be walking in when I'm half dressed. Glanced down at his start with fake innocence. Or maybe you planned that. Jungkook's eyes widened. What? No, I didn't. Jungkook stepped back, flustered, but the hallway was narrow. Theong took another step forward, amused at how the younger kept shrinking back. Theong, relax, Cookie. You are looking at me like I'm dangerous. Jungkook muttered under his breath. You kind of are, Theong. Smiling slowly. Oh, dangerous? How? Jungkook blushing. Never mind. And then it happened. Jungkook's suitcase wheel caught on the ring. He stumbled backward. Theong reached out to steady him, and then the next they knew. Third. Theong's body pressed against Jungkook's on the floor. He started dangerously loose. His hand reached beside Jungkook's head. Their faces were only inches apart. Theong, damp hair dripping into Jungkook's cheek. Jungkook, wide eyes. You're heavy. Theong, grinning. Careful. Cookie, that sounds like you're complaining about me being on top of you. Jungkook nervously. Well, you are on top of me, Theong. True, but you're not pushing me away either. Jungkook flustered. That's because you're Theong, big, strong, or you're thinking of something else. Jungkook blinking rapidly. I think you should get up. Theong leaning forward instead. It's been years since I saw you. Shouldn't we catch up? Jungkook quietly. This isn't actually exactly what I had in mind. Theong, oh, and what did you have in mind? Dinner, coffee, or smigs? Something that doesn't require me to fully dress? Jungkook face turned crimson. Jungkook, you're unbelievable. Theong, soft Jekyll, finally pushing himself up but offering a hand. And you're still as easy to tease as ever, Cookie. Jungkook hesitated, then took the hand. Theong pulled him up effortlessly, leaning close enough to murmur, welcome back. You might regret coming back. Jungkook raising an eyebrow. Why? Smiling lazily. Because now I'm not letting you out of my sight. Theong still hadn't let go of Jungkook's hand. His thumb brushed lightly against the younger skin, almost absent-mindedly, though his eyes were fixed on Jungkook like there were no one else in this world. Jungkook opened his mouth to say something, but the sound of a car door slamming outside made him look toward the window. Jungkook, Hyung's back. Theong tilted his head, still holding the hand, and Jungkook trying to pull away. And maybe we shouldn't be standing like this when he walks in. Theong looked Jungkook. Standing like what? I'm greeting you. Before Jungkook could retort, the front door opened. Yoongi stepped in, the faint chill from outside clinging to his coat. His eyes swept the hallway, landing in two of them immediately. Theong was still close, their joined hand halfway between them. Jungkook's ears red and his gaze starting everyone but Theong's face. Yoongi paused in the doorway, eyebrows lifting slightly. Yoongi, did I interrupt something? Jungkook quickly. No, you didn't glaze at Theong, right? Theong smiling lazily. Just catching up after years apart. You brought him back. I'm making sure he feels welcome. Yoongi, looking between them, a subtle smirk forming. Sure. He didn't press, but as he moved past them to set his keys down, his sharp eyes lingered for a fraction longer, taking the way Theong's fingers were still loosely curled around Jungkook's. The faint flush on Jungkook's cheeks, the tiny curve of Theong's mouth that was not his usual business-like smile. Yoongi didn't say anything yet. Yoongi, over his shoulders, I'll give you 2 minutes, then we'll talk about dinner. Jungkook blinked, confused. Jungkook, what does that mean? Yoongi, oddly walking away, voice faintly amused. Nothing, not yet. The door to his room clicked shut, leaving Jungkook standing awkwardly in the hallway, hand still in Theon's. Jungkook pulling it back quickly. You should get dressed. Theon grinning. And here I thought you'd like me like this. Jungkook groaned, pushing past him, but his hair stayed pink. Behind him, Theon watched with an unreadable glint in his eyes, while in the next room, Yoongi leaned against his closed door, annoying smirk playing on his lips. Dinner that night was filled with the little moment that Yoongi didn't miss. The way Theon passed dishes directly to Jungkook without asking if anyone else wanted them for it. The way Jungkook's gaze lingered a little too long when Theon laughed at something. The quiet smile they exchanged as if they had their own conversation no one else could hear. Yoongi had been watching for days since Jungkook's return, observing the small touches, the stolen glances, the faint blushes. He knew, but he also knew that sometimes people needed a push. 2 weeks later, Yoongi's plan was simple. He would invite one of their business associates, Junho, a charming, annoyingly handsome guy with a habit of flirting with anything that breathed, to join them for lunch. Young didn't think of it until they arrived at the restaurant, and Junho's attention shifted instantly to Jungkook. Junho smiling softly. So you are the famous little brother Yoongi Hyun always talk about. Paris must have treated you well. You look amazing. Jungkook blinking polite smile. Thank you. Junho, do you have a boyfriend? No. Well, maybe we should change that. Jungkook laughed awkwardly, glancing at Theon, who was already grinning his wine glass a little too tightly. Theon, low voice to Yoongi, who is that clown? Yoongi, innocent tone, just a friend. Why? Junho leaned closer to Jungkook. You know, there's this little cafe near the river. That was as far as he got before a firm hand landed on his shoulder. Theon smiling, but his voice sharp. I think you are in my seat, Junho. Junho, your seat? I'm just talking, Theon, to my Jungkook. The table went silent. Jungkook's eyes widened. Junho, sure, Jungkook? Hyung meeting his gaze without flinching. Yes, mine. So maybe you should find someone else to bother. Junho raised his hand in surrender, smirking as if he had just confirmed her humor and excused himself. Yoongi leaned back in his chair, utterly satisfied. Jungkook still stunned. Hyung, why would you? Hyung turning to him softer now, because I am tired of pretending I don't care when someone tries to take you away. I do care, Jungkook. More than I should. More than I should have let myself. I'm in love with you. Jungkook's heart felt like it was about to burst. Jungkook, you have no idea how long I have wanted to hear that. Hyung's hand reached across the table, threatening Jungkook's tongue, then said back. Jungkook smiling shyly. I'm in love with you too. Jungkook cleared his throat, interrupting the moment. If you two are done making heart eyes over the appetizers, you have my blessing. But if you hurt him, Hyung, I will make you regret it. Hyung wouldn't dream of it, Hyung. 6 months later, wedding day, the small ceremony was held in a sunlight garden. Yoongi stood proudly beside Jungkook, handing him over with a rare soft smile. When the officiant said, "You may kiss the groom," Hyung cupped Jungkook's face and kissed him like he had been waiting his whole life for this. Cheers erupted. Yoongi even clapped, muttering, "Finally." Hyung whispered against Jungkook's lips, "Told me I wouldn't let you out of my sight." Jungkook smiled, eyes shining. "Good. Don't." Honeymoon. The waves outside the honeymoon villa whispered against the shore. Moonlight spinning across the open balcony. Jungkook stood by the railing, his salty breeze tossing his hair as he gazed at the endless ocean. From behind, arms light around his waist, familiar, warm, and firm. Theon resting his chin on Jungkook's shoulder. I leave you alone for 2 minutes and you are already trying to run away. Jungkook smiling softly. From you? Never. Theon, good. I still remember the first time you came from Paris. She looked just as pretty standing in my hallway. Jungkook's not pretty? I think you mean awkward and startled when you were half naked on top of me. Theon smirking. Ah, yes, the first time I had you beneath me and you didn't push me away. Jungkook blushing. You're unbelievable. Theon, and yet you married me. Jungkook turning his arms, hands sliding up Theon's chest. I did, and I'll do it again. Theong gaze softened, but there was still that teasing glint. Theong, I still owe you a proper welcome that day. Yoongi interrupted before I could finish. Jungkook, finish what? Theong leaning closer, voice low, showing you exactly how much I missed you. Jungkook breath caught as Theong tipped his head, kissing him slow, like they had all the time in the world. They kissed statement warm and lingering until Jungkook pulled back just enough to whisper, Jungkook, you don't need to miss me anymore. I'm yours, always. Theong smiled, brushing a strand of hair from his face. Always sounds good. Theong smiling softly. You are not nervous, are you? Jungkook swallowing. Alert, but not because I don't want this. Theong stopped in front of him, reaching out to rest one warm palm gently on Jungkook's thighs. His thumb brushed softly, lazily circles against the fabric of Jungkook's pant before his hand slid higher, resting just over his lap. Jungkook breath catching. Tie. Theong eyes locked on him. Am I making you uncomfortable? Jungkook didn't say anything. His silence spoke volume. Theong's hand trailed upward, slipping beneath the hem of Jungkook's shirt, fingertip gliding over the smooth skin of his lower stomach. He leaned down, pressing a soft kiss against Jungkook's belly, the warmth of his lips sending a shiver through the younger. Jungkook quietly, that tickles. Theong murmuring against the skin, good. I like knowing I can make you react. His other hand moved to Jungkook's shirt button, undoing them one by one, slow enough that Jungkook had every chance to push him away, but he didn't. His chest rose and fell a little faster with each click of button coming undone. When the last one fell open, Theong paused, giving him one last moment to decide. Theong, still not stopping me? Jungkook melting into gaze, voice barely above a whisper. No. Theong lips curved into a slow smile before he leaned in again, kissing along Jungkook's skin, each press of his mouth warm and lingering, as if memorizing every inch.